Playing at 1781 B2T. I'm gonna play Sicilian, and I'll try a little setup against Sicilian, which starts with the main line. Knight f3, knight c6, d4, takes, and we're gonna try to create something like this. This is my idea. So the knight goes to c3, the pawn pushes forward to c4, this pawn pushes to f3, bishop e2, we castle, and then every piece is gonna be developed. So here he's attacking this, and since I want to play c4, I don't want to play knight c3, because then I cannot play c4. So I'm gonna play, I know it's bad, but I'm gonna play f3. It's a bit of what people call it an unusual move in the opening. It's not necessarily the best move, but it does help me to push this pawn to c4 at some point. I don't know about now, so I'm just gonna first develop bishop to e2. Doesn't do a shite, but you can always castle. And I'm not aiming for any advantage uh, from the beginning of the game. I'm just aiming for the setup. And the only thing that's stopping me to get that setup is the c4, knight c3 thing now. And now I have this kind of a bind in the center of the board where he really has problems playing d5. So I'm not, it's like a system almost. It's really easy to play. So again, knight c3, and we have the system. And now we can start thinking about how do we do this? How we're gonna continue this onslaught of the position. He plays this move. Maybe he's hinting at something like e5. I'm gonna go rook c1 maybe. Rook c1 seems decent. So if I go b3, so at some points this is developed and defended. Now he has this. And if I play this out, he can just go back, I guess. Also, we have b4, just grabbing more space, not allowing anything like this, and now everything's defended. Yeah, I'm not seeing how he's gonna do anything, so I'm gonna play b4, grab more space. And look how everything's defending each other a bit. Like, um, yeah, everything's defending everything in my opinion. Maybe for a4, a5 even. Like, I'm not even. I have so much flexibility in this position, in my opinion. That was until this moment, where maybe I've overpushed. So even the skilled guard like me can make mistakes. But all is fine. This pawn is attacked twice. We need to solve that. Also, he's kind of in this, but this is defended, so don't know what I'm thinking. But how do we defend this pawn? Or do we even defend this pawn? That's the question. Can also push. And that looks pretty meh to me. Because after takes. Okay, you have to move again. You better already move in. Go for the bishop. All sorts of things are possible here. You can also just put the knight here, actually. Because then the rook would be defending this. And the knight would actually be not so bad on this square. Because it's attacking this. And after you trade off, I have an open line for my rook. We solve the problem. Takes. So, as discussed, we're trying to create an open line for my rook. So now my rook that I put on c1 at some point for some reason actually has a purpose. Is this? Now notice that after you play b5, you actually weaken this square a bit. I cannot put my knight on there immediately, as then knight takes and then rook takes, and I don't know. He also wants to put maybe the knight here, but obviously we are the ones controlling that square. But we can also just start with something just chill like this. This also seems quite reasonable. I actually really like this. I want to attack him a bit. probe him a bit, annoy him a bit. Let's do this. Maybe queen d2 was better. But now we actually have some sort of attack. This is now attacked, you know. We control even more squares than previously. Yeah, it's just looking great because he's so cramped down now. And hmm, the only thing I'm dealing with now is like how to continue this. So let's say we go here, takes, open up the other rook, but it's not really doing that much. Um, yeah. We also have maybe this, but then we're just trading off pieces and we have more space, so we shouldn't probably. So I don't know what I should do, but usually when I don't know what I should do, I should just look what our opponent wants to do. And maybe I see some moves like knight here, bishop here, attacking this. Knight could go back here too, attacking this. And because I made this observation and I see that this is a vulnerability now in my position, maybe I want to play a move like queen d3 instead of queen d2. That's my assessment for now. And also, like when he moves here, we can also just push the pawn. So that's not really a concern at all. So now I'm refraining from queen d3. I'm leaning maybe towards a break like a4, opening up, winning a pawn maybe, making more weaknesses. Um, yeah. Also, everything really looks good. But I think we're just gonna finish our development by playing queen d2. Cannot explain this terms really good, but yeah, queen d2 is the way to go, I thought. Because now I could dibble up the rooks, completely dominate the open file, and finish my development. For example, you could also still think about some moves like this. I feel like he will take at some point. So if you go here and e6, we kind of waste the tempo. And I don't like the waste of time. In that time, you could make like other improving moves maybe. But at the same time, like he could move this there, and then we don't have time to double up. So I'm gonna waste time. I've actually been wasting you guys' time for already like a few minutes now. Move the rook to the other side, and now we have two rooks stacked up, ready to go. Usually in this sort of openings, it's always this, um, how to say, it's always this file that opens up the C file because, you know, when you're in the opening, they play C5, you kind of know they're gonna open up this file, and when our side opens up as well, you know, the rook belongs there because it's an open file. Now, I don't know. I was thinking about check, queen takes, and then takes, but I realized after that bishop can take, so maybe not so good. Maybe not so good. So we just take whatever. He's gonna take here, and then we take with queen. I'm still controlling the file? Question mark? Not really though. Hmm. But he takes like this, and didn't see that coming either. Now I'm just all confused. I'm gonna take this. Because if he moves away now, it's hanging. This bishop, not a threat at the moment. Maybe he wants to play d6 at some point. Takes. Hmm. And maybe we want to play king h1 just to make sure the king is safe. He does play this. Now I'm even wondering if I should even like take in my previous calculation, or should I just go for this? Because if you go here, it's done. If here take, we just boop, take a rook. So I really feel like this is the way to go now. So we're been a bit patient. After we got this position, it took us what? 9 moves of patience to get to a decisive advantage, a decisive tactic actually. So there's a little bit of patience involved, but the setup is super strong, super strong. It's like almost OP. Black has to be very well prepared in order to get an equal position in that opening. I don't even know it, so we're gonna figure that out in the analysis. If we win, obviously, because we're still not there. We're not there yet. I'm expecting something in the lines of rook here. Takes, takes. And then, if I take here, you can take my bishop on e2. That's what I'm expecting to happen. But he's clearly not composed at the moment. Like, he's thinking a lot. He didn't see this move coming. And, yeah, he drops it. He drops a full piece here. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. You have to agree with me, it's kind of a lot. Okay, we could take back here, play it simple. And usually that's the all you need to do when you're up material. In this case, we're just up, like the exchange is not that great in terms of material, but since we have a rook here and this bishop is kind of ineffective, you kind of are doing pretty well. We're doing pretty good, if I may say so myself. Okay, let's just put bishop here. Just get safe position. Bishop is protected by pawn. So everything okay. If as long as I don't blunder queen, it's hunky dory. And maybe I want to play like queen f2, queen b6. That would make sense. That would make sense. These rooks are doing their job already. Like ideally, I would have something like this, which is something I could think of as well. Little problem here is that after this takes, and then like something like queen c8, and then you're controlling the open file, and my rook is attacked, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, this is a liability for him. This is a liability. This bishop is doing its job, I guess. Yeah, he's gonna play. He wants to play this, but then we have this. So I don't really see what he's doing. So if I go here, he goes here, and we go, like for example here. Yes, he does have a check. We just go in. There's no mates. Let him execute his plan. That's what I'm saying. He wants to go here. Let him. We go here. Counter-attacking. That's like you attack my queen, I attack your pawn. I attack this pawn as well. I also kind of attack this. I don't know. And then when everything hits, suddenly he realizes that I have g4 and his bishop is just trapped. That's what I'm planning. And look at the amount of time we're getting back just because we have a good position. Because so the time he invested in the opening, or even not even in the opening, I was just explaining stuff. The time he invested in the middle game, uh, pay its due ends. You normally, it's not always the case, obviously. But in this one, definitely the case, I would say. And also in this variation, which I didn't even say, we still have this. And we still are attacking everything. Right? Hmm. I guess so. And he kind of has to take, and we attack two places, and he cannot defend both at the same time. Plays this instead. Aiming for check, takes, mates. Very creative play by my opponent. But also quite desperate. So we just simply stop this with simple move like this. And then yes, he wins this pawn. At least he thinks he wins this pawn, but then I win the rook. Um, Yeah, he might not grab the pawn, actually. Also, in your thinking processes, also always start with, huh, what is he trying to do? And then when you realize it's stupid or something, then you go for the kill. But if it's not stupid, obviously, he cannot go for the kill. Okay, let's just, I guess we can just move it around. Stroll it around the Christmas tree and a happy Hanukkah. I'm just gonna move it here. It's protected. That's what I'm thinking. It's protected. It's gonna be fine. Then you realize it's not gonna be that fine. But okay. Um, Obviously we're in a bit of time trouble, so we're gonna speed up play. This bishop. Hmm. Not my best friend today. Still more pawns to grab. All right, he's doing stuff. And I don't like it in the slightest. We're gonna move this a little bit. Ooh, is this? Very nice. Very nice, actually. I might have blundered here. Let's go here. Oh, wait, is this? Oof. That's mate. That's like mating ideas. That's crazy. Here we go. There we go. We have mates. Ooh, 0.3 seconds. Always so close. All right, let's go to the analysis. So this screen is actually fine. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So what I was aiming for the beginning, from the beginning, was essentially this setup. This setup is a very stable setup, and usually this rook goes to c1 to protect this because you want to play this pawn up, two squares, one square. Figure it out yourselves because every position is different. So that's why we went f3 instead of the usual knight c3 in this line, because usually you want to develop your pieces in the opening. Um, it's not a good line. Just gonna be straight honest to you guys. This is not good. Look at the engine. It's already switching to um, point one for black because of d5. Striking in the center. Why is striking in the center so good here? I'll tell you. He has two pieces in play. We have one. Usually the one with the better development has the edge. Now it's okay for some reason because you have knight 3 and then takes or e5 and take and now everyone has one piece in play and then but if you can imagine like black having the center in this position, it's easier to play for black. So my opponent didn't play this, and usually most people won't play um, the right move. Like he actually almost played the right move, but he had to move one square more, but he didn't. He went for the usual dragon set, which entails this position basically. So we played a system, he played a system where he just tries to castle, try to have the bishop on the open, the long diagonal, the knight's here, the bishop here, and then the rook here. So something like this. And usually the queen goes to c7 or b6, which is also very. So we'll just basically play out those moves. And so here we have the position, right? And here he played a back move. Backwards moves usually indicate that you can go for things, but in this case, there's nothing to go for. So I played rook c1. Usually, when a knight jumps in here and is taken by a piece, let's say, then this opens up. It happened in the game, so we could use that as an example. We took some time to realize that the rook was indirectly defending this. Takes. We have an open file, so we're better. Engine agrees. We could apparently already immediately go knight to c6, but I went for f4 first. It's more principle to go that way. And look what happens. Um, we have a better position. Knight c6. Queen has to move away. Any square here, and you would be doomed to eternity. I'm winning the queen. So yeah, he had to go here. I was thinking about bishop d4 because then we're taking away his strongest piece, but I went for the slow queen d2 instead. I was also thinking about queen d3, which also looked fine, but everything was fine. Then we stacked up the rooks. Not the best continuation apparently, as knight a5 was apparently stronger. But yeah, I don't see that so quickly. Or I might have not seen this at all. So we went for this one instead. And here we decided to put the rook on the 7th file, and then put the bishop here, winning this. He takes, we takes, he takes, we take, and we're already better. So we did our due diligence, and now we're just trying to win the game. Why are we just trying to win the game? Because we're up the exchange. We have two rooks, he has two bishops, and one rook, and we have one bishop. So a rook is worth more than a bishop, although practically speaking, he still has drawn chances. So he goes and puts his rook on an open file. We defend the bishop. He goes back. It's getting a bit sloppy here, I have to admit. Apparently he had bishop e4, king h1, bishop f5, queen c6, queen d8. I'm trying to figure this out myself. I was thinking about g4 indeed. And I thought I was winning here, but apparently there is rook e2, sacrificing everything. Why cannot take? Because you have bishop e4 mate. Wow, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff here. And why can I not take this one after? Because then you have rook take h2 and queen h4, queen f2, and it's a perpet. It's a perpetual or what? No, it's not even a perpetual. No, it's a perpetual. Like the king cannot even execute. That's crazy. That's crazy. But instead, this was never played, and queen b6, king h1, and bishop f4 was played. Here we kind of got sloppy. We kind of didn't see this at all, actually. So we can here. Things actually equalized. He actually went better. Wow. We took. Notice that we have very little time in this situation. Yeah, I saw that he had this, and that could be very traumatic for us. But yeah, I was thinking like I could just push, right? Clearly, I don't see this mating construction at all. No, I really didn't see this mating construction at all. Check, takes, and wow. So yeah, our king was not having a fun time. And this pattern, I did not see at all. But queen takes a6, bishop went back, queen takes b4. He goes here. We just didn't see this either. Oops. And now we're doing, I saw this too, and this is just, yeah. We were very lucky here as well. Back here, and now it's just a matter of conversion. He didn't see the trick here. Just wanted to exchange queens, but he gave us the queen. And then we had some very sloppy conversion here as well. And yeah, very lucky to find a mate with 0.3 seconds. Yeah, not the best game. But we got the win in the end whilst yapping, which I find to be a win. No need to be perfect, but definitely some points of improvement. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.